Good morning, students. In yesterday class, we learned about how to determine the molecular formula and their according to the guidelines. We have discussed some 7 guidelines for the determination of molecular formula. Now, today's class, we are going to determine the molecular formula taking some examples. Before going to determine the molecular formula, number 1, first we should select a series of signals at higher m by z values in the spectrum, a series of signals. For example, this is the example 1, a series of signals like m by z value, a series of signals in the spectrum at higher m by z value. Example, m by z value 72, m by z value 73, m by z value 74. You can observe these are the series of signals 72, 73, 74 at higher m by z values in the spectrum. That is, say for example, if this is the spectrum, 72 signal, 73 signal, 74 signal, like this, 72, 73, 74. Now by observing the spectrum, first to determine the molecular formula, first we should select a series of signals at higher m by z value. You can see this is the series of signals 72, 73, 74 at higher m by z value. So that I have taken 72 m by z value of the signal 72, 73 and 74. And we should also consider their relative abundance percentage. For example, a signal at 72, the relative abundance percentage may be 7.3. Example, I am taking only example. A 73 signal may be appear at 0.33, 0.02%, 0.02. Now you can see a series of signals 72, 73, 74 with their relative abundance percentage 7.3, 0.33, 0.02. Where from this series and the relative abundance to be obtained, we should obtain from the mass spectrum at higher m by z value a series of signal with their relative abundance percentage. So we can calculate the relative abundance percentage of each signal with respect to the base peak signal. So by comparing with the base peak signal, we can calculate a relative abundance percentage of 72 signal, 73 signal and also 74 signal. So this is the way to select the data from the spectrum, to select the relative abundance percentage from the spectrum. Now, then application of guidelines for the determination of molecular formula. Now, according to our guidelines, if the molecular, this is molecular ion signal, 72 is the molecular ion signal, 73 because it has one atomic mass unit greater m by z value, therefore it is molecular ion plus 1 signal. It has 2 atomic unit greater than the molecular ion signal, therefore it is molecular ion plus 2 signal. First isotopic signal and second isotopic signal. Now coming to the first guideline, we have studied that if this is the molecular ion, its intensity is not 100%, it is only 7.3%. If the intensity of molecular ion is not 100%, then we have to raise its intensity to 100%. Like molecular ion signal intensity to be raised 7.3, it is 7.3 divided by 7.3 into 100, it become 100%. So we have raised the molecular ion signal intensity from 7.3 to 100% by this process. Division with the same 7.3 divided by 7.3 into 100, it become 100%. So the molecular ion signal intensity become 100%. Similarly, recalculation of +1 signal intensity and +2 signal intensity. That is, if the molecular ion signal intensity is 7.3, then +1 signal intensity would be 0.33. This is 0.02. If this intensity become 100%, simultaneously this intensity +1 signal intensity and +2 signal intensities were also raised. Therefore, we should recalculate. Let us recalculate. For molecular ion +1 signal is recalculated 0.33 divided by 7.3 into 100. 0.33 divided by 7.3 into 100. Now we are raising +1 signal intensity proportionally with respect to molecular ion signal intensity, so that 0.33 divided by 7.3 into 100 it now into 100 it become 4.5%. So you see, when molecular ion signal intensity is raised to 100%, +1 signal intensity is raised proportionally to 4.5. Similarly, +2 signal intensity also recalculate. Now it has 0.02. Now proportionally recalculation of +2 signal intensity with respect to molecular ion signal intensity, 0.02 divided by 7.3 into 100 it become 0.27%. So this is the process of raising the intensity of molecular ion as well as recalculation of +1 signal, +2 signal intensities proportionally. This is the first rule. So the molecular ion signal intensity when appear 100%, +1 appear 4.5, +2 appear 0.27 only. Now 73, 74, 75, 72, 73, 74. Molecular ion +1, +2, +1 and +2. This is 7.3, 0.33, 0.02. These are the original intensities. Now after first guideline, second guideline is apply nitrogen rule. Apply nitrogen rule. According to nitrogen rule, this is the molecular ion has m by z value 72. M by z value 72. 72 is the even number. Means it may be contain even number of nitrogen or zero nitrogen. Are you following? When we apply nitrogen rule, where the molecular ion m by z value is 72, 72 will be the even number, which indicated there may be even number of nitrogen or there may be zero number of nitrogen. This is the application of nitrogen rule. Next, third guideline, comparison of molecular ion signal intensity with molecular ion +2 signal intensity. Now the molecular ion signal intensity is 100%. +2 signal intensity is only 0.27%. 0.27%. 27%. Now third guideline is comparison of molecular ion signal intensity with +2 signal intensity. So the molecular ion intensity is 100%, +2 signal intensity is only 0.27%. This is not 27, 0.27. Now only it is very little, only 0.27%. So it is not comparable. The molecular ion signal intensity is not comparable with molecular ion +2 signal intensity in relation with the presence of sulfur bromine or chlorine. That is, this relation indicate sulfur, chlorine, bromine are absent. Sulfur, chlorine or bromine are absent. You can see when nitrogen rule indicated there may be even number of nitrogen or zero number of nitrogen. Now when compared molecular ion signal intensity with +2 signal intensity, where it is not comparable in relation with the presence of sulfur, chlorine, bromine. Therefore, sulfur, chlorine, bromine are absent. If these are present, what happens? The relation may be 100:4.4 or 100:33% or 100:98%. So it is not comparable, so that sulfur, chlorine, bromine may be absent in the molecule. Now, this is the third guideline. Next, fourth guideline. Now coming to the fourth guideline. According to fourth guideline, we have to calculate number of carbons. Number of carbons. So the number of carbons are calculated by division of molecular ion signal intensity with the natural abundancy of carbon 13. Now here molecular ion +1 signal intensity divided by 1.11%. So the molecular ion +1 signal intensity is 4.5. Therefore 4.5 divided with 1.11, it become nearly 4 carbons. So the number of carbons are calculated by the division of molecular ion +1 signal intensity with the natural abundancy of carbon, that is 1.11. Now when we calculate proportionally, the +1 signal intensity is 4.5. So that 4.5 divided by 1.11. So it gives nearly 4 carbons. Next, fifth guidelines. Number of hydrogens. Number of hydrogens to be calculated by deleting masses of all the atoms predicted from the m/z value of molecular ion to get the number of hydrogens. For example, the m/z value of now in this case the m/z value of molecular ion is 72. Therefore 72 minus m/z value of molecular ion 72 minus, we have predicted, so far we have predicted there are 4 carbons in the fourth guideline. So number of hydrogens to be calculated by deleting masses of the predicted atoms from the m/z value of molecular ion. Molecular ion m/z value is 72. 72 minus 4 carbon, each carbon mass will be 12, therefore it become 48. Now when we delete the masses, the 48 is related to the 4 carbons present. We have calculated the 4 carbon, each carbon mass will be 12. 12 into 4, it become 48. So deletion of carbon masses from the m/z value of molecular ion, it will give 24. The leftover mass will be the 24. Now we have discussed in the yesterday's class, whenever necessary we should add appropriate number of oxygens. You can see when we during this calculation, finally we will get the leftover mass will be 24. We have 2 doubts. One is regarding nitrogen, the other one is regarding oxygen. Now coming to the nitrogen rule. When we apply nitrogen rule for this example, we have got the information about even number of nitrogen or there may be 0 number of nitrogen. Now in that case, now we have only a leftover mass after deleting 4 carbon masses from m/z value of molecular ion. The leftover mass will be only 24. Now according to nitrogen rule, there may be even number of nitrogen or 0 number of nitrogen. If we consider even presence of even number of nitrogen, a minimum even number will be the 2. Now, if we accommodate 2 nitrogen, each nitrogen mass will be 14. The 2 nitrogen mass become 28. So, it is not possible. We have leftover mass only 24. Therefore, it is not possible to accommodate the 2 nitrogen, the even number of nitrogen within the 24 leftover mass, because each nitrogen mass will be the 14. If in order to accommodate the even number of nitrogens, the minimum even number will be 2. The 2 nitrogen, if we want to accommodate in the molecular formula, it become a 28, but the leftover mass will be only 24. That indicated the nitrogens are 0. The second option is there may be 0 nitrogen. Therefore, 0 nitrogens. There may be a 0 number of nitrogens. Is it clear? Now, coming to the oxygen. Now, during the calculation, we have got only presence of 4 carbons. The leftover mass will be 24. There is no possibility to accommodate the 2 nitrogen. Now, the leftover mass is 24. Number of carbons are 4 only. So, for 4 carbons, it is not possible to accommodate the 24 number of hydrogen. If we consider all the 24 related to the hydrogen, not possible to accommodate for 4 carbons in the molecular formula or in the molecule. Therefore, we can consider there may be presence of only 1 oxygen, because if we consider 2 oxygen, again we should accommodate 32 mass. There is only 24 left over. Therefore, 1 oxygen may be present. 1 oxygen. Now, when we consider 1 oxygen, its mass will be the 16. Therefore, 24 minus 16, the leftover mass is only 8. There may be 8 hydrogens. Now, after consideration of 1 oxygen presence, so oxygen mass will be the 16. Now, we should delete the oxygen mass from the leftover. Leftover will be 24. Now, when we delete a 16 mass related to oxygen from the leftover mass 24, we have got only a leftover mass 8. 8 may be related to hydrogen, that indicated the presence of 8 hydrogen. Therefore, the whole molecular formula become, we have got 4 number of carbons, 8 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Therefore, the molecular formula may be C4H8O. So, this is the way to calculate the molecular formula of the molecule. I repeat once again. For the calculation of molecular formula, number 1, first we should select a series of signal in the mass spectrum as well as their relative abundance percentage, a series of signal relative abundance percentage. And then if now first guideline, then we have to apply the guideline. First guideline, if the molecular ion signal intensity is not 100%, then we have to raise its intensity to 100%. Now in this case, the molecular ion signal is appear at 72, plus 1 is 73, plus 2 is 74. The molecular ion signal intensity is 7.3, plus 1.33, plus 2 signal intensity 0.002. Now in this case, the molecular ion signal intensity is not 100%. Therefore, we have raised by division with 7.3 divided by 7.3 into 100, it becomes 100%. Proportionally recalculated. For plus 1 signal, 0.33 divided by 7 with respect to molecular ion signal intensity, that is plus 1 signal is proportionally recalculated by division with its intensity, 0.33 divided by 7.3 into 100, it becomes 4.5. So plus 1 signal intensity is raised to 4.5. Similarly, plus 2 signal intensity is also proportionally recalculated. Its original intensity is 0.02 obtained from the spectrum divided by 7.3 molecular ion signal intensity into 100, it becomes 0.027. So this is the recalculation of intensities of molecular ion and molecular ion plus 1 plus 2 signal. Then applied the nitrogen rule. Now when we apply nitrogen rule, we should consider the m by z value of molecular ion, where it is 72. 72 is the even number, indicated there may be even number of presence of even number of nitrogen or presence of 0 number of nitrogens. Then third guideline, comparison of molecular ion signal intensity with molecular ion plus 2 signal intensity. Now after recalculation, the molecular ion signal intensity is 100%. Molecular ion plus 2 signal intensity is only 0.027. So it is not comparable in relation to presence of sulfur, chlorine, bromine. Therefore they are absent. If they are present, the relationship should be 100 is to 4.4 or 100 is to 33% or 100 is to 98%. So it is not comparable for sulfur, chlorine, bromine. Therefore sulfur, chlorine, bromine are absent. Is it clear? Next, fourth guideline. The number of carbons are calculated by division of molecular ion plus 1 signal intensity, first isotopic signal intensity, with the natural abundancy of carbon, that is 1.11%. So molecular ion plus 1 signal intensity, after recalculation, it is 4.5. So 4.5 divided by 1.1, it gives nearly 4 carbons presence. Then coming to number of hydrogens. So number of hydrogens are to be calculated by deleting masses of all the predicted atom from m by z value of molecular ion. Now in this case, the molecular ion m by z value is 72. Therefore, we have 4 carbons predicted. 4 into 12 mass, it becomes 48. Now when we delete the masses of carbon from m by z value of molecular ion, 72 minus 48, it becomes 24. That is, leftover mass will be 24. Now with the 24 mass, coming to nitrogen rule. According to nitrogen rule, we have predicted there may be a even number of nitrogen or there may be a zero number of nitrogen. Now we have only leftover mass 24. We cannot accommodate even number of nitrogen. Minimum even number will be the 2. When we accommodate, in order to accommodate that minimum 2 number of nitrogen, the leftover mass should be more than 28. We have only 24. Therefore nitrogens are 0 or nitrogens are absent. Is it clear? Now for 4 carbons, the leftover mass is 24. If we consider all the 24 related to the hydrogen, so there are 24 hydrogens. 24 hydrogens are not possible to accommodate on 4 carbons in a molecule. So that indicated there may be presence of 1 oxygen. So in yesterday class we have discussed appropriate number of oxygen to be added whenever necessary. Here the oxygen is necessary to be added. 24 leftover mass indicated there may be 1 oxygen. So 1 oxygen mass will be the 16. Therefore 24 leftover mass minus the oxygen 16 is equal to the leftover mass will be the 8. So that indicated 8 hydrogens may be present. Therefore the molecular formula become, we have predicted 4 carbons, we have predicted 8 hydrogens, we have predicted 1 oxygen. Therefore the molecular formula become C4H8 and oxygen. So this is the way to calculate molecular formula. Now let us take the second example for the calculation of molecular formula. The m by z value, a series of signals at higher m by z value and their relative abundance percentage. Now a series of signal at highest m by z value, for example 86, 87, 88, 86, 87, 88. Their relative abundance percentage, molecular ion say 10%, plus 1 signal only 0.56%, plus 2 signal 0.04%. These are the relative abundance percentage selected from the spectrum. Say for example this is the spectrum, one signal at 86, other signal at 87, the other signal at 88. Now other daughter ion signals in the spectrum. Now this is the spectrum, this is the base peak, a series of signal 86, this is 87, this is 88. Now in the mass spectrum, a series of signal at higher m by z value, 86, 87, 88 will be the series of signals. Now with respect to base peak, this is 100%. With respect to base peak, suppose if 86 signal with 10%. 87 signal may be appear with 0.56. 88 signal is appear with 0.04 if appeared, not exactly. Now a series of signal 86, 87, 88. 86 signal intensity say consider as a 10%. 87 signal intensity say consider as 0.56%. 88 signal intensity say consider as 0.04%. Now you see 86 will be the molecular ion signal. 87 becomes +1 signal, first isotopic signal. 88 is corresponding to molecular ion +2 signal, that is second isotopic signal. Now the molecular ion signal intensity is only 10%. That means it is not 100%. Therefore we have to raise its intensity to 100%. Now the molecular ion signal intensity is equal to 10 divided by 10. Its original intensity is only 10%. It is not 100%. Therefore I am raising its intensity to 100%. 10 divided by 10 into 100, it becomes 100%. So the molecular ion signal intensity is raised to 100%. This is +1 signal. Molecular ion +1 signal. Molecular ion +1 signal intensity is 0.56 divided by molecular ion signal intensity 10% into 100%. Are you following? Molecular ion +1 signal intensity, when we recalculate its intensity to 100% for molecular ion, proportionally +1 signal is also to be recalculated. So its original intensity is 0.56 divided by molecular ion signal intensity 10% into 100%. It becomes 5.6%. So when molecular ion signal appear as 100%, +1 signal must be appear as 5.6%. Similarly, molecular ion +2 signal. Molecular ion +2 signal original intensity is 0.04. Now molecular ion signal intensity is 10% into 100. It becomes 4.4. It becomes 4.4. Now you can observe. Is it clear how to select a series of signal and their relative abundance percentage? I can explain again. A series of signals are selected at higher M/Z values, and then the intensities were calculated by the comparison with the base peak. Base peak should be considered as 100%. So in relation with the base peak, molecular ion signal intensity is 10%, +1 signal intensity is 0.56%, +2 signal intensity is 0.04%. This is practically which we got from the spectrum. Now 86, 87, 88 with their relative abundance percentage 10%, 0.56%, 0.04%. Now the molecular ion intensity is not 100%, therefore recalculated. 10 divided by 10 into 100, it becomes 100%. When we recalculated the molecular ion signal intensity, proportionally +1, +2 signal intensities were also recalculated with respect to molecular ion signal intensity. Therefore, +1 signal intensity is equal to original intensity 0.56 divided by molecular ion signal intensity 10. So 0.56 divided by 10 into 100, it becomes 5.6. So +1 signal intensity becomes 5.6. When this is 100%, it must be 5.6. Now similarly, +2 signal intensity is recalculated. 0.04 divided by 10. 0.04 will be the original intensity of +2 signal obtained from the spectrum. This is the original intensity related to molecular ion signal obtained from the spectrum into 100, it becomes 4.4. Now when the molecular ion signal intensity is 100%, for this example, the +1 signal intensity should be 5.6, +2 signal intensity should be 4.4. This is the first guideline applied. Now coming to second guideline. According to the second guideline, this is application of nitrogen rule, where molecular M/Z value of molecular ion, this is molecular ion, its M/Z value is 86. M by Z value of molecular ion will be 86. 86 is the even number. The 86 will be the even number. Indicated what? There may be even number of nitrogen or zero number of nitrogen. Even or zero nitrogens. So even number of nitrogens may be present or nitrogens may be zero. Now third guideline. Comparison of molecular ion signal intensity with molecular ion +2 signal intensity. Molecular ion intensity comparison with the second isotopic +2 signal intensity. Now molecular ion intensity is 100%. Here molecular ion +2 signal intensity is 4.4%. 100 is to 4.4%. If this is the relation, what it indicated? It indicated the presence of sulfur. Presence of sulfur. So that indicated there may be sulfur is present. 0.04. Sorry. Now 0.04 original intensity of +2 divided by 10 into 100. Not it become 4.4. It become 0.4%. It become 0.4% only. So that the relation of molecular ion signal intensity 100% with respect to +2 signal 0.4 only, not 4.4. It is 0.04 divided by 10 into 100. It become only 0.4, not 4.4. So the relation is 100 is to 0.4. So this relation is not matching with respect to sulfur presence, chlorine present and bromine present. Therefore sulfur, chlorine, bromine are absent. Bromine are absent. Sulfur, chlorine, bromine are absent. This is the third guideline. Now fourth guideline. Fourth guideline is the number of carbons. Number of carbons is equal to molecular ion +1 signal intensity. Molecular ion +1 signal intensity divided by natural abundancy of carbon, that is 1.11%. So here the +1 signal intensity is 5.6. Therefore 5.6 divided by 1.11, nearly 1.11. It gives 5 carbons. 5 carbons. So nearly it gives 5 carbons. Next, coming to fifth guideline. Fifth guideline. Number of hydrogens. Number of hydrogens are calculated from the M by Z value of molecular ion. Now M by Z value of molecular ion is 86. M by Z value of molecular ion is 86. So far we predicted the presence of the absence of sulfur, chlorine, bromine. These are absent. So far we predicted 5 carbons. So 5 carbons into their mass is 12. Now 5 carbons and the mass is 5 carbon into 12 is equal to, it is nearly 60. So 86 minus 60. 86 minus 60 is equal to 26. So the leftover mass is 26. So the leftover mass is 26. Now coming to nitrogen rule. Now according to nitrogen, where it is? Now according to now here. Now number of hydrogens are calculated from M by Z value of molecular. M by Z value of molecular ion is 86. 86 minus 60. 60 related to 5 carbons contribution. So the leftover mass is 26. Now when we applied nitrogen rule, here it is. This is nitrogen rule. According to nitrogen rule, there may be even number of nitrogen or zero number of nitrogen. if we accommodate even minimum even will be the 2 nitrogen. For 2 nitrogen there must be a 28 mass, but we have only leftover mass 26. Therefore nitrogens are 0, nitrogens are absent. Now coming to the hydrogen, if we consider all the 26 mass is related to hydrogen, that become 26 hydrogen. It is not possible to have a 5 carbons with 26 hydrogen. Therefore it indicated one oxygen may be present, one oxygen. Therefore 26 minus 16 is equal to 10. So after deleting mass of the oxygen, that is 16 from 26, the leftover mass will be 10. Therefore there may be 10 hydrogens. Now according to the calculation, we have got 5 carbons, that is C5. We have got 10 hydrogens, C5H10. We have got one oxygen. So the molecular formula will be the C5H10O. So this is the way to calculate. Again, I can repeat. First, the molecular ion signal intensity is not 100%. This is only 10%. Therefore, 10 divided by 10 into 100, it becomes 100%. Now, +1 signal intensity recalculation. 0.56 original intensity by molecular ion signal intensity. 0.56 divided by 10 into 100, it becomes 5.6. Now, +2 signal intensity. 0.04 its original intensity obtained from the spectrum divided by molecular ion signal intensity into 100, it becomes 0.4%, only 4.4%. This is the first guideline. Second guideline, application of nitrogen rule. The M by Z value of molecular ion is 86. 86 is the even number, indicated there may be even number of nitrogen or there may be zero number of nitrogens. Now third guideline, comparison of molecular ion signal intensity with respect to molecular ion +2 signal intensity. The molecular ion intensity is 100%, molecular ion +2 signal intensity is 0.4%. So this relation indicated for absence of sulfur, chlorine, bromine, that is sulfur, chlorine, bromine are absent. Now coming to fourth guideline, number of carbons are calculated by division of molecular ion +1 signal intensity with natural abundance of carbon. So molecular ion +1 signal intensity is 5.6. So 5.6 divided by 1.11 is equal to 5 carbons. So this is the fourth guideline. Now coming to fifth guideline, number of hydrogens is equal to M by Z value of molecular ion is 86. 86 minus the predicted atom masses. Predicted atoms are 5 carbons. 5 into 12 mass becomes 60. So 86 M by Z value of molecular ion 86 minus the carbon masses. It leftover mass, it become 26. So the leftover mass is 26. For 26, we cannot accommodate even number of nitrogen, which we find from the second guideline. So even number of nitrogen means minimum 2 nitrogen. If we want to accommodate the 2 nitrogen, the leftover mass should be more than 28. Now we have only 26. Therefore, zero number of nitrogen. Nitrogens are absent. Now coming to with 5 carbons, it is not possible to have a 26 hydrogen. Therefore, one oxygen may be present. So we have added one oxygen. It is necessary in this case, so that the oxygen mass should be deleted from leftover mass. 26 minus 16, the leftover mass is 10. So the total 10 may be related to the hydrogen mass. So there may be 10 hydrogens present. So according to this, we have predicted 5 carbons, we have predicted 10 hydrogens, we have predicted 1 oxygen. So the molecular formula is C5H10O. So this is the second example for the calculation. Now coming to third example. The M by Z value at a series, relative abundance percentage. Now in the mass spectrum, a series of signal, say for example, now this is the mass spectrum of one example, a series of signals. Say this is a 90, 91, 92, 90, 91 and 92. Now, in this case, these are the series of signal 90, 91, 92. So M by Z value 90, 91, 92. 90 is related to molecular ion, 91 is +1 signal, 92 is +2 signal. Now coming to relative abundance percentage. In this case, at an M by Z 90, that is the molecular ion, it is appear with 100%. Say this is 100%. Molecular ion signal is 100%. +1 signal intensity, say 5.61%. 5.61%. Now +2 signal intensity is 4.96%. 4.96%. Now molecular ion signal intensity is 100%. Now it is 5.61%. +1 signal intensity is 5.61%. +2 signal intensity is 4.69%. 4.69%. Now these are the values. Now a series of signal at higher M by Z value is selected, 90, 91, 92. The relative abundance percentage is obtained from the spectrum. Say it is 100%, this is 5.61%, this is 4.69%. Now in this case, where the molecular ion signal intensity is already 100%, so no need to recalculate, it is already 100%. Therefore there is no need of proportionally recalculation of +1 and +2 because it is already 100%. Therefore no need of apply the first guideline. Now coming to second guideline, nitrogen rule. Nitrogen rule. According to nitrogen rule, the M by Z value of molecular ion is 90. 90. It is even figure. It is even number. Therefore, even nitrogens may be present or zero nitrogens. So, according to nitrogen rule, the molecular ion mass, that is M by Z value is 90. 90 is the even figure. Therefore, there may be even number of nitrogen or there may be zero number of nitrogen. Next, third guideline. Comparison of molecular ion signal intensity with molecular ion +2 signal intensity. Molecular ion signal intensity is 100%. This is 100%. +2 signal intensity is 4.69%. 4.69%. Okay. So molecular ion is 100%. This is 4.69%. Indicated what? Sulfur may be present. So this relation indicated there may be presence of a sulfur. Sulfur may be present. Next, fourth guideline. Now, according to fourth guidelines, number of carbons is equal to molecular ion +1 signal intensity divided by 1.11%. Now this is the formula for calculate number of carbon. Number of carbons is equal to molecular ion signal intensity division with 1.11%. Now in this case, the molecular ion signal +1 signal intensity is 5.61%. That is 5.61% divided by 1.11. Now in yesterday class we have discussed, if nitrogen sulfurs are present, then number of carbons are calculated by deleting the natural abundance of either nitrogen or sulfur from the intensity of molecular ion +1 signal. So here the molecular ion +1 signal intensity is 5.61. This is natural abundance of carbon. We find in the third guideline, from the third guideline, there may be sulfur present. Therefore, before calculating the number of carbons, by division with molecular ion +1 signal with a 1.11 natural abundance of carbon, we should delete the contribution. Natural abundance of sulfur contributed in +1 signal intensity, that is 5.61. So natural abundance of sulfur, first heavier isotopic atom of sulfur is 0.74. 0.74. So 5.61 is the +1 signal intensity minus natural abundance of sulfur heavier isotope. First heavier isotope is 0.74 divided by natural abundance of carbon. So before going to calculate the number of carbons, we should delete the contribution, natural abundance contribution in +1 signal intensity. So the sulfur natural abundance, 33 sulfur, first heavier isotopic atom, 33 sulfur natural abundance is 0.74. Therefore, we should delete 0.74 from 5.61. Is it clear? Now it become nearly 4.6 percentage. Nearly 4.6 carbons. Say 4.61, 4.87. Now we get 4.87. 4.87 divided by 4, 1.11. 4.87 divided by 1.11, nearly 4 carbons. Now 5.61 molecular ion +1 signal intensity minus natural abundance of sulfur 0.74 divided by 1.11. That is, when we delete the contribution of sulfur, it may be nearly 4.87 divided by 1.11. Therefore, there may be 4 carbons. This is the fourth guideline. Now coming to fifth guideline, number of hydrogens. Number of hydrogens. So the number of hydrogens are calculated by deleting the masses of predicted atom from m by z value of molecular ion. So the m by z value of molecular ion is 90 minus number of carbons are obtained 4 carbons, that is 48. It become 42 mass. And you consider say the number of hydrogens are calculated by deleting masses of all predicted atoms, from the m by z value of molecular ion. The m by z value of molecular ion is 90. The predicted atoms are so far 4 carbons. 4 carbons mass contributes 48. 90 minus 48, it gives a 42. Leftover mass is 42. Now in the third guideline, by comparison with molecular ion intensity with +2 signal intensity, we got the presence of sulfur. Now we have a doubt. Sulfur is present. How many sulfur? Either 1 sulfur or 2 sulfurs. Now the leftover mass is only 42. Therefore, we should consider only 1 sulfur present. If we consider 2 sulfur, 32 plus 32 into 2, it becomes 64. So we have only 42 leftover mass. Therefore, 1 sulfur may be present. Minus sulfur contribution, that is 32. Now deleting 32 mass for the sulfur from leftover mass, we have get only 10. Leftover mass is 10. Are you clear? The number of hydrogens is equal to deletion of masses of all the predicted atom from m by z value of molecular ion. So m by z value of molecular ion is 90. Number of carbons we have got only 4. 4 into 12 mass, it become 48. 90 minus 48, the leftover mass is 42. Now according to third guideline, we predicted the sulfur presence, whether sulfur is present with 1 sulfur or with 2 sulfur. If we consider the presence of 2 sulfur, now each sulfur mass will be 32. 32 into 2, 64. But we have only 42 leftover mass. Therefore, the presence of sulfur is only 1. 1 sulfur is present. So its mass will be 32. So leftover mass minus sulfur mass. So carbon mass is deleted, sulfur mass 1 sulfur 32. So the leftover mass is 10. Is it clear? Now coming to the nitrogen rule. According to nitrogen rule, there may be even number of 90, indicated even number of nitrogen or zero number of nitrogen. Even number is 2, minimum even number is 2, so 28. So we have only 10 leftover mass, therefore the nitrogens are absent. Is it clear? Now coming to the oxygen, we have leftover mass is only 10. It is not possible to accommodate the oxygen. If we want to, if oxygen to be accommodated, at least 1 oxygen to be accommodated, the leftover mass should be more than 60, but we have only 10. So the oxygen is also absent. So according to the leftover mass, nitrogens are absent, oxygen is also absent. Therefore the molecular formula become we have calculated the presence of 4 carbons C4. The leftover mass is 10, therefore hydrogens are 10. It is not suitable to accommodate either nitrogen or oxygen, therefore all the leftover mass is related to hydrogen. C4 H10 1 sulfur we have got. So the molecular formula is C4H10 S. So this is the way to calculate the molecular formula. Again, I can repeat. The relative abundance percentage of molecular ion is already 100%. Therefore, no first guideline is applied. Nitrogen rule is applied. There is a 90 M/Z value for molecular ion. It is even number. Therefore, even number of nitrogens may be present or zero number of nitrogens may be present. Now compare the molecular ion signal intensity with molecular ion plus 2 signal intensity. 100% molecular ion signal intensity plus 2 signal intensity is 4.69%. That indicated sulfur may be present. So the number of carbons are calculated by deleting natural abundance of sulfur from molecular ion signal plus 1 signal intensity. 5.61 minus 0.74 first heavier isotopic atom sulfur natural abundance divided with 1.11%. That become 4.87 divided by 1.11 is equal to 4 carbons. So the number of hydrogens are calculated deleting the masses of carbon, that is 4 carbon into 12 48 from M/Z value of molecular ion. 90 minus 48, the leftover will be 42. And we have got the presence of sulfur. The leftover mass is only 42, therefore it is possible to accommodate only one sulfur. Hence the sulfur mass will be deleted from leftover mass. 42 minus 32, the whole leftover mass is only 10. With 10 leftover mass, it is not possible to accommodate even number of nitrogen or even oxygens. Therefore that all the leftover mass 10 is related to hydrogen. Hence the molecular formula becomes C4H10 and S. This is the third example. Now, dear students, with it I conclude today's lecture. We have some more examples we will discuss in the tomorrow's lecture. After that, we have to study the fragmentation step, the second step of a principle. Ionization is already covered. Molecular weight is already determined from the molecular ion M/Z value from the spectrum, and we have determined the molecular formula calculation or procedure for the determination of molecular formula from the mass spectrum. So we have only leftover topic is regarding the fragmentation. So tomorrow's lecture consisting of 2 more examples for calculation of molecular formula, followed by the process of fragmentation of molecular ion into a fragment ion and the process of recording the mass spectrum. So this is your syllabus, your MSc first year 4th semester analytical chemistry mass spectrometry, second semester analytical chemistry paper mass spectrometry syllabus. With this I conclude today's lecture. Thank you very much. I appeal all the students, please watch my video lecture connecting your microphones to catch the audio clearly, to learn the lecture, to learn the topic thoroughly and carefully, and take the notes. You write down the notes. After listening my lecture, you please write down my notes. I am sending the notes related to the each and every lecture. So you please write down my notes in your notebooks, and please practice for the calculation of molecular formula determination and learn well. With this, I conclude my today's lecture. Thank you very much.